Good morning, my friends. This is Christine Marie, and I am blogging from Neo Eden, where we are building heaven on earth. The subject of today's vlog is coming from adversarialness, which I wanted to say adversity, and I realized that's not the correct word because what I'm talking about is coming out fighting. I had an extremely loving Landmark Forum leader call me out on my act one day, which was coming out fighting rather than coming out loving. And this is such a valuable lesson that I learned. I wanted to share it with all of you because it has changed my life. Last night, I had the pleasure of attending a beautiful open mic event that combined poetry and music, and the theme of the event was revolution, social change. It was put on by the anti-war community, and it was at a beautiful space hosted by an amazing young man named Tarek Mazouli. And it was simply magical. It was wonderful. And early on in the evening, I had the opportunity to make conversation with an articulate and intelligent and beautiful young woman who had a lot to say. And in our conversation, it began to feel to me like we were arguing. We've all been there. We've all had that point. You're connecting with someone, and then the energy kind of escalates. Passionate energy escalates. And then you feel like a slight little, like a tightness in your stomach because you're trying really hard to be heard or to be right. And I felt that. And my normal MO before I did the work that I've done through the Landmark Forum was to be in that fighting energy, because that's the way I grew up. We grew up arguing. In my family, instead of being tender and loving, we were fierce. And this is the way that we love each other. And that's okay. And for me, to be unconsciously creating the energies of friction and tension when what my true purpose and my real meaning is to live in the space of love, is destructive. It's destructive to my experience of community and love to unconsciously be engaging and existing in a place of conflict when what I'm trying to do is create in community. So in this conversation with this amazing, fiery young woman, I began to feel like I needed to be right about something. And instead of trying to be right like I normally would, I stepped back and I did the most powerful thing that anyone can do in any situation, and I listened. And I listened, and I listened, and she talked, and she talked, and she talked. And this is good exercise. This is good practice for me, because when people talk a long time, my brain sometimes goes other places and I don't listen. And that's consequential, because sometimes it's just beyond your listening threshold that there's going to be a morsel of deep truth there that can change everything. And at first I was listening, thinking about what I was going to say to kind of win the argument, and then I stopped and I just started listening to what she was saying. And when she finished, what came out of my mouth, by the miracle of living into possibility, was, "Thank you for sharing that. I absolutely agree." And I did. And I created that agreement. Out of my commitment to living from a place of love. And I wanted to share that with you today, because this is an amazing success and a huge turning point for me, and I appreciate your listening and your being a part of my journey. Thank you. This has been Christine Marie.